Do you guys know I've never seen The Wizard of Oz or The Wiz? And if you judge me, then you are not in the right space, because this is y'all. Literally, I be fighting the attack of the enemy against anxiety, fighting the attack of the enemy against any type of depression coming over me, any type of this isn't ending quick enough, this isn't doing this, this isn't doing this. I have to continue to stay in my word. I have to continue to allow my faith to just quite literally outweigh my fear and wake up every day and choose faith over fear. That's what it really comes down to. Waking up every day, choosing faith. I mean, he's a fear. He's a freaking prayer warrior. Okay, he's a prayer warrior, and so I be like, yes, please. If you are, I know some of y'all are just magical healers out here. Y'all been healing forever. Y'all been healing forever. I don't even know, honestly, why you're listening to this. You don't need me. You've been healing forever. You got this. But if you don't, and if you are anything like me, I want to encourage you to ask yourself how you're feeling and be honest with yourself, because if we can't be honest with ourselves, then we can't be honest with anyone. So, hey guys, welcome back to the Just Healing podcast. I am your host, Jasmine, and here in this space, we do exactly what the name of the podcast is. We just heal. That's what we're here to do. That is what I strive to make this movement be. So yeah, that's what we do here. Hey, how y'all doing? If you are a returning healer, welcome back. And if you are a new healer, welcome. We're a little crazy over here. We cry a little bit. We have not cried in a little bit. Grateful for that. We have not cried. But that is definitely a part of the healing journey. I feel like crying is just so important. Like, it is so freeing to just cry sometimes and literally just get it out. What's so funny is I never understood why my mom cried in church. And now as an adult, literally on Mother's Day, after church, my daughter looked me in my face and she said, "Mommy, what is wrong with your makeup? What is happening under the eye? Like, something's not right." And, I just told her, I'm like, you know how sometimes mommy cries in church? Like, Mother's Day service, first of all, Pastor Sarah J. Roberts took me out. Okay, I was out. If anyone could have described what was happening, they would have described her literally pulling me by my hair and just dragging me through the Potter's House, Dallas. That is how much I was just out. And so I say that to say, when I was first kind of going to church on my own, I did not find myself crying. I wouldn't let myself express. And I'm just really grateful that I have grown in my walk with God, that now I am able to let it out. I also, it's small victories as you take your walk with God. Like, putting a hand up and surrendering would have never did that. And now I'm just like, take it all. Like, God, it's yours. Take me as an offering. I'm yours. And I'm just really grateful for that, because when you're able to see your just walk with God grow, when you're able to see every day your faith growing, it's a really remarkable thing. And I'm just so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself too, because, and we are obviously already off to a tangent, but here we go. We can do what we want. I'm just also very proud of myself with the time I decided to take the walk. Like, if you guys know, you know, and even if you don't know, you may have been through your own storm. I am definitely in a storm, and deciding to take your walk with God during a storm is a crazy move. Like, that's a crazy move to make, because it literally reminds me of what is the name of that song? I think it's called All. I think it's called All by Chandler Moore, and Naomi Rain is also on the song. There's this part in the song towards the end where he goes, I wanna be tried. It's a dangerous game. I feel I'm in my tried season, and I've been in that season, but the fact that I've still just been able to like literally grow with God during this time. Most people, I feel, grow with God when it's good, and it makes it a little easier. Like, you're just like, oh yeah, life is good. Like, life is good. Like, I go to church, I go to Bible study, I read my Bible, I do devotion, I do this, I do that. I come home, life's great, I'm smiling, I'm happy. Y'all, literally, I be fighting the attack of the enemy against anxiety, fighting the attack of the enemy against any type of depression coming over me, any type of this isn't ending quick enough, this isn't doing this, this isn't doing this. I have to continue to stay in my word. I have to continue to allow my faith to just quite literally outweigh my fear, and wake up every day and choose faith over fear. That's what it really comes down to. Waking up every day, choosing faith over fear, because fear is going to come so hard at you and just completely attack you. And yeah, it's definitely just letting that faith come over the fear. So I'm grateful for that. I'm just grateful for the walk with God that I've had. With that, the reason we're here is I wanted to come and do a very much so promised healing hacks as well as healing with feelings segment. If you are a original listener, you know that I had those incorporated in earlier episodes, and as of lately I have decided to more so give them their own just platform, and you know, post them on a different day. I don't know. I still don't know if I'm gonna do an end of the week, like kind of recap type of thing, or beginning of the week. I really haven't decided. So I think I'm gonna just test it out. Maybe this time it'll be the end of the week, then I'll see how it goes in the beginning of the week. We will see. But my healing with feelings. So healing with feelings, if you are a new listener, is a segment that I talk about the feelings wheel. If you know me, if you are a friend of mine, if you maybe have been in a relationship with me, I don't know why I said if you've been in a relationship with me. Like, I just got all the exes watching the podcast. What? Like, are y'all healing for me? Am I the problem? Am I the drama? No. No, seriously. If you know me, let's just say if you know me, then you know that I can definitely tend to hold in a lot of my emotions. I am considered the strong friend. You'll typically never know if anything is even wrong with me. I'm not going to tell you probably. So it's either a guessing game or you just don't know. And so I've really realized that during this healing season of mine, I cannot be like that, even if it's just to myself. So that's the thing. I wasn't just holding it back from other people. I was holding it back from myself. And if I can be honest and transparent, I have slightly went back into that. And I don't know if it's because I have not been doing these segments. So, you know, I also haven't been asking myself. I've just really been slipping on the healing with feelings. And so, yeah, asking yourself how you're feeling and being honest. If you are, you know, I know some of y'all are just magical healers out here. Y'all been healing forever. Y'all been healing forever. I don't even know, honestly, why you're listening to this. You don't need me. You've been healing forever. You got this. But if you don't, and if you are anything like me, I want to encourage you to ask yourself how you're feeling and be honest with yourself, because if we can't be honest with ourselves, then we can't be honest with anyone. So my healing with feelings, I have been a mixture of things. I've been extremely irritated. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I have been extremely irritated and frustrated and feeling like I am getting the short end of a stick, and it's not fair. And so how I've been managing those frustrations and irritations is, honestly, y'all, we're gonna just tie all these in together. We're gonna tie the healing with feelings and my healing hack. Y'all, prayer works. Prayer works. Did you hear me? Is this thing on? Prayer works, okay? If anybody tells you prayer doesn't work, I want you to know that prayer works. I think sometimes we feel prayer doesn't work because we think we're supposed to be able to be like, dear God, please send me a pony tomorrow, and that will show my faith in you. And then we wake up and there ain't no pony. No. No. That's not prayer, y'all. We not wishing upon a star. And one thing that I've had to learn during my just walk deeper into Christ is that the Holy Spirit is not a genie. We're not on Aladdin. We're not making wishes. He's not the Wizard of Oz. Side note, do you guys know I've never seen the Wizard of Oz or the Wiz? And if you judge me, then you are not in the right space, because this is a no judgment zone. But yeah, he's not a genie. He's not the Wiz. Like, that's not how it works. Your prayer is sometimes just inner work. Sometimes I know for a fact, literally for a fact, that the circumstance isn't going to change immediately. But you know what does change? My heart. I feel peace. I feel comfort. I feel love. And more than anything, I feel the Holy Spirit. All I gotta do is call on his name and he's there. Even in the midst of the storm, he's still there. And that has just really been a game changer for me, because I feel like even in the beginning of like what I'm currently going through, I found myself like, you know, praying before a court hearing, and then what I prayed for didn't come out, and I'd be like, well, God, why you do that? Like, why would you do that? You know? And I quickly had to realize that that's not how prayer works, and that he wasn't, leaving me out to die just because he didn't come. And not even because he didn't come, because he did come, but because he didn't change the circumstance immediately for me, or because he didn't give me exactly what I asked for. I had to really learn that that's just not how it works. So yeah, my healing with feelings is that honestly I have just been frustrated and irritated, but I have been praying. Also, along with praying out loud has really started to just help me pray. I realized that I started kind of praying out loud probably last year, because I've always been a silent prayer. I've always been a silent prayer. Not the prayer. The prayer we silent too, but the prayer, the person doing the praying, I've always been silent. Honestly, up until last year, I found myself praying over my children, and it's not that it was the first time I prayed over them, because I always pray over them, but I silently prayed over them. And last year I found myself praying over them and speaking, like making the prayer loud. And it was something that did to me, that, I don't know, I just felt like God heard it a little more. I could be wrong, but I just felt like he heard it a little more. And since then I have really tried more to pray out loud. I went to eat with one of my friends probably like a month ago now, and he always is the one who prays. And I mean, he's a freaking prayer warrior, okay? He's a prayer warrior. And so I'd be like, yes, please bless this food, because even though you're blessing food, I'm about to get a blessing out of this prayer. And that's kind of how I was like, I just would be like, dang, like this is a prayer warrior. And he had said one day, you want to pray? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was like, well, I want you to pray. And that was one of my proudest moments. Like, I feel like he definitely understood. And I explained it after, like, I explained the whole how I'm used to praying silently, and I've really never prayed aloud in front of anyone, like just me and them. And I also told him how I feel like, I told y'all, he's a prayer warrior. So it also was a piece of me that was a little intimidated in a way. And now that I'm like saying that, I'm just like, Jazz, what are you talking about? Like, this is crazy. And then I told him, I was just like, next time I'm praying. Like, don't let me say, no, you pray. Don't let me get out of it. Like, I want to pray. And the next time he ended up praying, like, he didn't even give me a chance. So I still owe him a prayer. But yeah, praying out loud. I think I just used to think there was a right and wrong way to do it. Obviously, I hear people like my friend, or Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts, or Pastor Cora Jakes. Have y'all ever heard Cora Jakes pray? Or just, people in church, and especially pastors, I feel like they are so good at it, and you can easily become like, well, am I not good at it? Like, why my prayers don't be sounding like that? Maybe that's why they so blessed, because they pray better. You just have all these things that come up upon you. And so I have just been really kind of trying to pray out loud more. And I absolutely think a lot of it too is when you're praying in your mind, it's really easy to kind of like take your time, because your brain and your mind, you don't hear, how slow your thoughts are. But when you're praying aloud, I have found that I have to give myself this space to take my time and pray. Like, it doesn't have to be fast. I don't have to be talking in tongue. I can literally take my time and talk to God, tell him whatever I want to tell him. And so, yeah, that has really been blessing me. And I hope that it blesses you. And yeah, that's this episode. If you're not following me on socials, please be sure to do so at Just Healing Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And then you can also follow my personal page, Girl That's J Kyle. That's GIRL JAYKY. No, that's not it. GIRLTHATSJAYKYLE, and that's on Instagram and TikTok. And I'll see you guys in my next episode.